Hey, it's Stephen McAlpine here. I'm looking forward to the next few months where I'm going to send out a few videos to accompany the resource paper that I wrote for the New South Wales Presbyterian Church. The resource paper is on the issue of the return of faith in the Western setting, the desire for transcendence among people who have grown up in a materialist worldview, and also the tsunami of spiritual beliefs that's accompanying it. It's not just that we're seeing a return to faith in the Christian church, though we'll talk about that in a minute, we're seeing all sorts of weird and wacky ideas, superstitions in the West among people who have no spiritual framework whatsoever. Psychic readings, tarot, belief in very different spiritualities to Christianity, and all coming together in this sort of mass. So we're seeing this return because the meaning and purpose bucket in our culture is empty. The secular framework is not providing the meaning and purpose that people need. Now, this is particularly seen among younger generations. The Quiet Revival is the title of a report from the Bible Society in the UK. And they report that 18 to 24-year-olds, particularly 18 to 24-year-old young men, have increased by fourfold attendance at church in the last 6 years. So it's 4% in 2018. It's now around 18%. That's a huge shift. Something is happening. Now, of course, it's exciting, but what do you as leaders need to do? As people come to our churches who are uh, a long way from Christianity and a long way from having any framework whatsoever that's morally put together by Christianity, what do we do? Well, a couple of things, and we'll unpack some of the bits and pieces that you need to get right in the coming videos. But first of all, you need to have good onboarding processes. You need to be able to recognize that people coming to church today, well, they're not Christian in a very non-Christian way. And maybe in the past you've seen people come to church who are not Christian in a kind of Christian way. It's different today. What is your onboarding? What do your evangelism strategies look like? What do your evangelism programs look like? Do you have enough time in your evangelism programs, the way they're structured, for people to ask deep questions about what it all means? Because they're coming from zero framework. So onboarding is going to be important. And then church itself. One of the things I want us to do is explore why we should not give up our almost weird views in how we do church. Many people would look at church and say you need to be more relevant. Well, the irony is in the Western world at the moment, there's a drift towards more crunchy forms of Christianity, where there's liturgy, more Bible, more prayer, more things that the culture wouldn't recognize, but that people see that they need. So how do we keep those things going? The other thing is to do with your people. The people that come into church today who are new to it are coming from poor family backgrounds and are often lonely. Social media has exacerbated that loneliness. We've got much more polarization politically and culturally in our current context. People don't know how to have arguments in a good way or how to disagree with each other well in the public square. So people coming to church are looking for thicker community. They're not just looking for a Sunday experience. How do you equip your people to love others well enough to bring them into their communities? Not just to see them on Sunday, but to invite them around for meals, to show them what Christian family life looks like, to show them what Christian life looks like together for marrieds, divorced, singles, widows, young people, old people. What does it look like to do people together? So over the coming weeks and months, we'll roll out some videos which give just one tip every video about what might be helpful. But please read the resource paper. It's got plenty in it about the exciting times that we're facing as there's a trickle coming back to church. We couldn't have seen that maybe 5 or 6 years ago, but post-pandemic, something has changed. Are we going to be ready for it? I hope we are. I pray that we are, and I'm excited to go on this journey together with you.